Legions, what is up? What is good? How are y'all doing today? BlackGhostFace is here, welcoming you to my brand new channel where I talk about, give my full reviews, breakdowns, what if theories on shows and movies. And today, to start off, it's The Walking Dead full season 1. I'm gonna break it down as much as I can, and we start off with Rick. So let me say this: The Walking Dead. There's so much to talk about. It really is. Like almost every character, there's like something to talk about. Like really, who's the best character? Who's the worst character? Who's the most supporting character? Who's the weakest link? Like there is just so much much to talk about, and I am here for it. So to start off, Rick, main character, the freaking sheriff of the town. He's the type of guy to where I'm trying to make this right before I kill you on sight. He's that type of guy to where let's talk about this. Let's be reasonable. Alright? No point in being irrational. No point in throwing a fit. We're just talking to where we come to a negotiable conclusion to where everybody wins. He's that type of guy. So, the fact that my man here in the first episode, he was doing his thing, right? Talking to his best friend Shane about, his wife, family, Carl, and all that. Well, mostly Lori, since it seemed like Lori was the thorn in a relationship to where, like, Rick ain't that type to be aggressive like that towards his family. He's like pretty much a loving father. He's a loving father to where I care about you and I care about my son, daughter, dearly. Like really, I care about my friends. I care about my family. Like really, that close. Now the fact that Shane, here's the part right here. Shane was asking Rick, how is she doing? And the fact how he was looking at Rick though about that tells you right then and there that he wanted to get with her. That he wanted her, like really. Like he trying to pry information, trying to loosen some type of grip to where something gonna tell me that you would not tell me, like something, anything. But the fact that my man Rick got shot over missed information, the fact that my man was in a coma. And the moment he woke up, God knows how long that was. The world gone to Shiknik. Met a friend, even though his son knocked him out with a whole shovel to the face. But can you imagine walkers? Like just imagine a zombie show to where the undead learns how to open doors. Like in your mind, you know that they just break anything in their path, just push doors down, right? But imagine a walker learning how to open doors, because in that scene right there, when Rick was looking outside, saw that guy's wife, right? That he couldn't put down, which is totally understandable, because there are people that can't do it, and there's people that can do it. But he couldn't do it, so it's fine. But when Rick saw that, and he was looking down, saw that trying to open the door. Imagine, let it process through your mind that a walker, undead, no intelligence, right? But I don't know. That's the thing about zombies, though. It's like they have no intelligence, but how is it that you see a herd of them, a horde of them, a swarm of them together? Is it because whenever they make noise, their noise attracts others? Probably so, since noise attracts them, right? Okay. But still, theory. What if zombies learn how to open the door? Like, you would think that, okay, I can close the door, but they would never just open the door. Imagine that. Imagine, because you normally it'd be just boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Just straight up beatboxing on the door trying to break it down, right? But no. Door open. Now, Rick though, even though he made his way, right? Even though he departed from the guy in the sun, right? To where, hey, I got some guns. I'm about to go find my family. Even though the family is gone, because, you know, in the house they took nothing but pictures and all that, right? And since he was trying to talk on the radio to where does anybody hear this? And it showed another group. And then it showed Shane, which was, boom, the leader of the group, right? And then when he was talking to a woman and pretty much made out with that woman and showed Rick, look, got his family right there, Lori and Carl, and Shane was making out with Lori. So it took, right, like that whole time right there, that, like, for those who didn't figure that out, that was like an Easter egg right there, to where he asked Rick, how's Lori? He gave that look. I mean, really, that right there was the conclusion that he wanted to be the father of Rick's family so bad. And the thing about it is, once Rick met another group, and this group was the scouting party to get materials and all that from the group that Shane was the leader in the hills, the mountains, and all that. So I know a lot of people like telling me and everything that Andrea is the weakest link, Andrea is like the most annoying one, or Lori is the most annoying one. In some points of like watching season 1 and the other seasons, I can kind of agree, because in season 2, oh, there's gonna be so much to talk about. But this is season 1, so the fact that this woman Andrea, right, gonna pull a gun out on Rick because Rick made a dumb move, which Rick does not know. If he knew that sound attracts them, then he would know it would have been a different story to where I wouldn't have done that. But the fact that this woman Andrea gonna point a gun at Rick, and Rick letting her know, oh, your safety was on. Can you imagine you try to rob someone and your safety is on? Can you imagine the embarrassment of that? Imagine the embarrassment of that. Because everyone around the age of an adult knows how like a gun works. I mean, almost everybody. I mean, you see some videos, right? But still, the fact that you've been in a group, right, and no one has told you how a gun works to where, you know, turn the safety off and all that. Hey, first impressions, right? So then there's Merle, the troublemaker of the group. Now let me break this down right here for y'all. Merle. Now, even though he said the N-word that ends with the ER and everything, that would lead you to the ER about maybe 30 minutes later after, you know what I'm saying? But what if, hear me out, what if Merle, he was shooting, right? And we all know gunshots make sounds. And wherever you're at, it echoes, right? So he's shooting. Pop, 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 pop. Target practice, right? What if all of those walkers down there heard that and made their way towards that one building that they are at? And they're on the roof. Because why? That's the safest place to be at. So what if all those walkers, they heard that, And we know if a walker growls, or maybe like a big growl or something, the others will hear it and they'll start marching, and so on and so forth. They'd have been dead. They would have been dead. Why? Simple. Merle firing their own rifle. They hear it. There's thousands down there, right? That's like the whole city of Atlanta is taken over. It has been taken over, and you're firing a gun. Yeah. I mean, really, if one hears it, the rest are going to show up because that one walker is making all that noise, and Merle over here just bow, bow, just firing shots like it's really target practice. Like, it's fun for a few minutes, but if there's a horde chasing you, surrounding you, making their way in from every single window or door in the house on the bottom floor, and they make their way up, and you're trying to like go to another exit route, but it's blocked off by another horde of walkers, then what? What you gonna do? Fight off 1,000 with a weapon on a roof? They all would have been dead because of him. And the fact that Rick had to literally handcuff him to put him in a timeout, and the fact that T-Dog had the key to get him out of there. Here's another what if for that one. And I said this before. What if T-Dog did not drop that key? What if he freed Merle? And the thing about it is, here's a theory. Here's theory A and B. So let's say theory A, and let's say it goes with the story. T-Dog frees Merle, right? Because he had the key. And ain't that the most ironic thing ever is that you call someone a racist word, and Rick gave that person that you gave a whole racial slur to the key to your freedom. Do you know how ironic that is for you? That's like really, the person you was giving shit to, even beat up as well, the key to your freedom. Like for real. Cause if I asked y'all right now, if you was in T-Dog's situation, right, just in that moment right there, and Rick gave you the key to Merle's freedom, would you or would you not free him? Would you just let him stay up there and also not even barricade the door? Would you? I mean, it's like so many theories. So theory A, T-Dog frees him, right? And Merle follows him to the exit to where we're getting out of here. Theory B, T-Dog frees Merle, but Merle slows him down because the walkers are making their way, and he uses T-Dog as bait to where, you know, I can escape and all that while they're eating him up, right? And he tries to attack Rick for what he did to him. A or B, I'm telling you. That's just how it is. Now here's theory C. T-Dog dropped the key, right? By accident, because it was an accident. But he does not barricade the door. Or even better, let me go back in reverse. He goes to see Merle, but he gets the toolkit, right? Let's say he went to get the toolkit instead of freeing Merle. And just, I could free you, but remember, you called me the N-word. And you whooped my ass. And you spit on me too. So that's 3 right there. You already struck up by calling me the N-word, so nah, I'm gonna let you stay up. I'm gonna let you stay up here and reflect on your life and everything. And yeah, have fun. I'm gonna keep the door open too. Like for real. I'm gonna keep the door open so that way, you know, let you have some company. He could have did that. it's so many endings that could have made it to where Merle could have died. Could have not freed him. He could have really took the toolkit, because without that toolkit, that toolbox, Merle would have never broken free. He would have not cut his hand clean off. If it wasn't for that, he would have been stuck. Now on another note about Merle, now I see that he could have broken free if he would have kicked that piece of little pipe off. He could have kicked that. That's what I believe. He could have kicked that enough to where I broke it, and boom, broke free. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Because when you look at it, you thinking, I could kick that. If I could just break the top or the bottom part of it, I can break free. And there you go. I'm free. You know what I'm saying? But T-Dog, though, like, for real, there was a vote to where T-Dog would have freed or not freed him. I don't know. That really depends on y'all. If I ever made a vote right now to where would T-Dog free Merle after Rick gave him the key, would he or would he not? Because, I mean, really, I believe in karma. And if you do something bad to me, then same thing happens to you. So if Merle was a team player, I'll be like, first off, you wouldn't be handcuffed. Alright? That's how that would have played out. But yeah, that's just how that is. That's just how that is to me. But seeing how after that they made their way back. And that's when the juicy part is happening right now. So, when the team returned from downtown and Glenn got himself a new car, he was excited. Now, the part for Glenn I do like about is that he travels by himself, because you travel in a group, chances are it'll slow you down, probably get you killed, right? Because in a group, there's always that one person that's going to slow you down. So the fact that he goes by himself, in and out, I like that. Like, I'll be the type to where I would travel alone if I need to get something, right? I will go there myself, because I can sneak in and out. I don't need no group to like help me handle it. I can handle it myself. So Glenn, I do like that, and he knows his way around because he is a delivery boy. Like, he knows the streets, he knows the back streets and everything. But the part that got me was that when he was driving the car, the alarm was sounding off. I've been like, first off, okay, look, we are out of the city. Help me turn this off, because the sound would draw them. And he was driving all in the mountains with that. And I'll get to that part later. But seeing as how the group made it back, Shane was so surprised seeing Rick alive. Lori and Carl was so surprised seeing Rick alive. And the deepest part, I will get to that. But let's just say that Shane, it's like he was surprised, but he was also disappointed. And let me break this down right here. The part where Lori was letting him know, do not, I repeat, do not go near me or my son again, because we're done. Because you told me that he was dead. And from Shane's experience, which was like a flashback in the second season, yeah, it showed a little bit in season 1. It showed a little bit, and it showed enough to where, okay, he thought Rick was dead. And if you was in Shane's shoes, you'd be like, let's see, you got left people dying, you got right, you got walkers, and they're making their way down the hallway that Rick is at. Even though he tried his best, he had to leave. He had to leave. And the thing about it, now here's what got me. Here's what got me on this season, right? Okay. Let's say Shane he presumed was dead. Why didn't he return? Right? Like, let's say, okay, hey Dale, I'm about to go. I'm about to go back to the hospital. I'll let Lori know. Lori, I'm gonna go back to the hospital. Okay? I'm going to check and see. All right, because I put like a protection and everything, because that bed was there. That bed was there for a reason, and Shane did that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the hospital, and I'm going to go check to see because if it has not been moved, then Rick is still in there, and I can get him out of there. And since there ain't no walkers in there, we are good to go, right? Okay. Now, I'm just wondering to myself, why didn't he do that? Why didn't he go back and check on Rick though? I'm just wondering. Or even better, like here's another theory to break down. Okay. Let's say, okay, he's trying to like save people, right? And I can understand that because people are dying left and right. There's walkers coming in. He thought, well, if I put this right there, I leave, I'm about to go, right? Okay. Cause this is like a little flashback of season 2, and I know like in the season 2 is gonna be happening, but like still though, I just want to just get this off my chest because that part right there was bugging me so much. That part was bugging me that he could have went back. He could have went back, but he didn't. Cause he probably thought it was overwhelmed, like taking over and all that. You could have went in, you could have checked, but he didn't. He didn't. But still, the fact that Lori told him that, and going throughout the episodes, this man is really trying to. He's spending time with Carl, but Lori said, "Don't do that no more." And she put the blame on him. Like it's like he didn't tell her the full story, even though. And the thing about it is, why was she mad at him? Because she told, because she said, you told me he was dead. You told me that. If you was in my situation, would you not say the same thing? If you was in Shane's shoes and you seen the predicament that he was in, would you have not said that too? Now I can understand that you set him up to get him killed. I can understand. I really can. But no, he was letting her know that I was there. I seen what was happening. And in your mind, you thinking that your friend is in the hospital, right? You're trying to go to the floor, the level, to get to your friend. But that whole floor is full of walkers and you can't get there. Like, let's say the door you're coming out is right there, the hallway down there, and the door that your friend or family member is at is right down there, and there's 100-some walkers making their way towards you. How can you get to that? And even if that was the situation, there's a chance you can get bit. There's a chance you can get scratched, even if you try to make your way to killing them. There's a chance. The fact she was mad at him about that. Like, and the thing about it is, he is attached to Lori. That's what got me. He is so attached to her to where, even though Rick is bad, the fact that in his eyes, is like, I still want to be with Lori. Even though Rick is back, I still want to be with Lori. Like, he was surprised and disappointed at the same time. That, oh wow, you're back. You're alive. Like, wow, I did not know. I really did not know that I'll see you again, right? But jumping into the group to where Rick told Shane, listen, I need to go get the guns. I left them out there in the streets, and there was a lot. Now, here's the part I want to talk about right there. Now, even though I did talk about this a little bit, but I want to break this down real quick. Do you think, like, really, do you think it was a good idea for Rick to go get the guns and split the group up? Or do you think Shane's idea was better, to where if y'all would have stayed here, we could have defended ourselves a lot better? But what's more important in a zombie apocalypse? The group or the guns? And I said before that, you're in the woods, right? You could take down some tree branches, shape them into spears, and make yourself a whole spear group, to where we just poking zombies. Boom, head, they're, and they're dead. Simple as that. Even Daryl letting them know. Go for the head, y'all. What y'all doing? But that part though, I ain't gonna lie though, when Rick told Daryl that, hey, there's no other way for me to say this. I left your brother on the roof in the city because he was very irrational and toxic towards the group. Now, even though Daryl couldn't believe it though, it's and then T-Dog was like, I had the key and I dropped it. And that's the thing, you can't blame T-Dog. He tripped and dropped the key. If it didn't go down that drain, he probably would have saved him. You know what I mean? Probably been him right now. But let's break this down in a theory way. How do you think the story would have gone through if Merle was saved and he's with the group right now in the mountains? Tell me, from your perspective, how do you think it would have gone? To where Merle and Daryl are with the group, right? Because I already know Merle would have been a trouble. And Rick and Shane would have had to really apprehend Merle. But I know Daryl would have had to probably calm down Merle the most though. But I know the fact that if Rick and Shane had to rough up Merle a little bit, I know Daryl would have jumped in, to where Merle and Daryl would have to leave the group because of that. I can see that right now. But yeah, but the one thing that did piss me off about Lori was that you're blaming Shane because Rick was dead. You told me he was dead. But I've been like, was you there? Was you there to see what I saw? Was you there in the situation I was in? Why are you mad at me because of what I saw and what I told you? What? It was a lie? You thought it was? You thought I was pranking you? Is that what you thought? What? I was doing some type of scheme to where I was having you all for myself? Really? He was there. He saw it. And my favorite character though, it is Dale, because Dale is the neutral pacifist of the group, and the fact that he is looking out for everybody, he's really the old man of the group. He has to keep his eyes on everyone. But that moment though, that moment when Rick and Shane was talking, and Shane got offended so bad, and just the fact that Shane had that hunter look in his eyes, to where he was going, if Shane had a silent suppressor on a gun, if he had a gun to put that a suppressor on there, he would have popped Rick in the back of the head and no one would hear a thing. But the fact that Dale had the best look, and he saw all that. He saw all of that, and just that look itself was the greatest thing I've ever seen. My man was like, yo, what was that? And Shane tried to play it off oh, it's nothing, the heat makes you go crazy and all that. For real, the intentions has never been so clear. That Rick, you are a thorn in my relationship with Lori and Carl. And I'm just like, bro, there's other, there's someone else in the group you can like be with, and that was Andrea. You could be with Andrea, right? You could be with her. That's not a problem, right? If there's the other woman in the group you want to be with that's single, then, hey, you do you, man. You do you. That's all I can say. But don't try to take someone's wife while they're right there in the same group circle. Really. It's like he had a thing for her way back then. Way back then. Even though pretty much, yeah, but still. I just really the fact, and here's the thing. Now, talking about the fact that Glenn got kidnapped, right, by this whole group, this random group, and Daryl shot that guy in the whole butt cheek. The fact that this man, this leader of the group, was saying that I got the 3 meanest dogs. I bought them from Satan's backyard. I'm like, I don't know what kind of bluff was that, but that was a horrendous bluff. I'm telling you that right now. That was horrendous. Like, you could have said, I got 3 pit bulls, even though, yeah, that's a cliche thing to say, because, people say pit bulls are dangerous and all that. I got 3 biggest dogs. Like, I did my research, man, to where I got 3 of the biggest dogs. Okay? One of them is enough to chew you like a doggy treat. Okay? So you really want to try me, man? We can go right now. But thanks to Grandma, though, she really had to break the ice on that, because I don't know. We would have lost some people like Daryl, T-Dog. We would have lost some main people. So thankfully that happened. But here's my theory for when the zombies showed up. After they got the guns and all that, and they saved Glenn, and they was trying to get the truck, but Merle took that. And now that part right there, that part got me right there. Merle took the truck. Merle took their only transportation to make it back. And the thing that got me right there is that, what if? And the thing about it is too, here's an Easter egg that could have happened, right? Let's say someone just made a little message on the truck, right, to where we trying to find Merle, we can't find him. Merle, if you see this is our truck. We are coming back. If you wait here, we'll be back and we'll see you. You know what I'm saying? Or here's a theory right here. Let's say instead of Merle taking a truck, he could have hid in the back of the trunk. Even though they would have found him in the back of the trunk, he could have hid, but he took the truck, and God knows where he was at, right? If they would have drove back, they would have made it on time before the walkers showed up. And here's the part right here, because I said this before, that they could have got inside of the RV, right? Even though the walkers was making their way and everything, like past the RV, it could have see, this is why I said, know how to defend yourself, know how to protect yourself, because if you don't, in an apocalypse, you're not gonna last a day. And there was like at least 4, maybe 5 people who knew how to defend themselves. Ed got what came to him. He got what he deserved, like really did. And that's the thing too. If there was a fight between Merle and Ed, I believe. And the thing is, Ed was in like a military and all that. So I don't know. I believe Merle would have won that. That's what I believe. I believe Merle would have won that. If it was Merle versus Ed, Merle would have won that. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But yeah, if they would have made it to the RV, to the trailer, I believe they would have been safe. Why? Simple. let's say they all ran to the RV. They ran inside, right? All get in there. And again, they have spears, right? They would have been poking each one to where, okay, we're safe. And Rick and the squad showed up saying that they're surrounding the RV to where, oh, they're all in there. Boom. Lori, Carl, all of them, they're all in there. The ones would have been on top would have been the ones that would have had a weapon. There would have been, let's say Dale, let's say T-Dog or Shane would have been in the RV. But still though, give the people who don't know how to fight, give them a spear and just be poking in the head, while the ones on top, which probably would not have time because, you know, the walkers and everything, they all, like I said, all would have been in the RV and they all would have been poking and shooting the walkers until they're all dead or until Rick and the group showed up. That's all I'm saying. Like, but still, the one now here's the finale. I want to talk about the finale real quick. So, the doctor at the CDC, right? Now, at first he was trying to find. Now, I was wondering what he was trying to do. So, in my eyes, I believe he was trying to find a cure to wondering what's going on here. How do I fix it? Let me make a cure, and got decontaminated. Yeah, had to be cleansed. And the one he was operating on was his wife. But when he said that there is a way out, that part got me so good, because I'm like, bro, people will really go for that. People will really go for that. The fact that he was describing how that was going, and the fact that he had a volunteer. So that woman stayed there. She stayed there, and like, after hearing him say, would you either A, and he did like a theory. This wasn't even like a theory. It's like a what if. What if there's a way out, right? So let's say A, you can leave, go back outside and experience a slow, agonizing death to where you have to sleep with like one eye open every single night, starving, thirsty, going crazy and everything, or and especially seeing your loved ones get eaten in front of you, or you have to put them down because they got bit, scratched, or something. I mean, like, think about it, like, for real. Like, that time when Andrea saw her sister got bit, and the fact that she waited for her to slowly and surely turn. And even the fact that they were, like, Daryl was like, you know, we should put her out and everything because she's going to turn. Y'all know that, right? She's going to turn and she's going to bite Andrea's fucking nose off. Even though Rick was trying to be rational, like, hey, Andrea, I know how to work the safety now. Like, they're telling you to back the fuck off. Like, okay, like, I can't even say anything. I couldn't even say anything because Andrea knew that you're gonna try to talk me out of it. No, you stay over there. You stay over there. I don't know, like I get it, cause that's the only member of family you have left, and yes, it's understandable. It's hard seeing your loved ones die in front of you. That's the roughest thing to see. That really is. So just the fact she waited, and I'm telling you, man, it's like it could have gone so much worse than that. It could have gone to where she could have bit her nose off, bit a chunk of her jawbone off, bit her neck off. It could have been that. It could have gone that way, but it didn't. Like, she had to have her final moments, which was understandable. And the fact that at the finale, she stayed there because I don't want to experience that. I lost my sister. Okay? I lost my sister. I lost my sister. Like really, when you lose a family member, it hits in a really unique way. Like losing a friend, okay, yeah, that hurts. But a family member, like imagine Rick, to where he has to put down Lori, Shane, Carl. Imagine that. Imagine putting down someone closest to you. Imagine you putting down your own kid. Imagine that. Would you have done that? Like for those who have played Walking Dead, remember that time that Sasha saw that her son got bit? I mean, there are people to where they can't do that. They can't do that. You can't do that. But there's some that can do that. And there's some that can just off themselves instead, because the weight of seeing your loved one, your child, wife, husband, your uncle, auntie, whatever, is bit and is slowly dying, slowly turning. Can you handle that weight? That's the question. Can you handle it? But the fact Andrea, she stayed, totally makes sense. Totally understand why. But I just want to know, from your perspective, would you stay too? Because I asked that before to people. But here's the full thing. Would you stay too? Knowing that there is a way out from the infinite misery outside those walls. Would you take that? Because I know people would. You don't want to see your loved ones killed. You don't want to see yourself killing your loved ones because it's slowly dying. Would you go through that? Or would you just sit there and wait for the millisecond to go out in a blaze of... I mean, I could say a blaze of glory, but I don't know. That's just a blaze of peace. That's what that is. Because it is so... It's basically how he determined it was a solar flare. It's like getting hit by Godzilla's atomic breath. That's what that is. Just straight up, one shot from Godzilla's atomic breath, that's it. It's gone. Your whole existence is away. And like I said, I don't blame you if you stay. I would not blame you, because you've been going through some shit to where I can't take it no more. The fact that Dale stayed and Andrew is telling him you can't be there. Who gave you the point to decide that? And like, who really? Like, you didn't like, really, you telling someone else you can't be here. Why? Like, the thing is, Dale would have died too, along with Andrew. Like, really, would have been sitting right there waiting for it to happen. Damn, man. I'm gonna say this though, the finale to season 1 of this was good, but man, I know when I do season 2 full review of this, I know it's going to be crazy, because after what I've seen in season 2, I really am. I'm really am, because it's the fact that I know we're gonna lose people. I know that, like, every season someone important or close to important is gonna die. I know that. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But other than that, my reviews of this, season 1 of Walking Dead, it was a good start. A really good start of what's yet to come. But hope y'all enjoy it though, because for the other season of The Walking Dead, it's going to be happening. If you want to stick around for the full season, the full movie reactions I'm going to be doing on my other channels, the link in the description is down below, y'all. But like, for real, like, the biggest questions in season 1, would you or would you not save Merle? Would you Or would you not accept death from the doc? Would you not sit there with him and accept it? Or would you go outside of those walls and survive? Continuing to survive to where there is a way out of this. You just got to find it. You got to find it, you got to fight for it, and you got to beat it. That's just how it is outside those walls. But inside, just sit there and accept it. Just like that. Would you? And also, one last thing though, folks. Now, I know for The Walking Dead, my favorite character, yes, it is Dale. And it's also Daryl as well. Of course, Rick is pretty much a no-brainer. But if I had to say, like, from the season 1 of the character that annoys me the most, I would say it have to be Lori. It have to be Lori on this one. I would say Ed, but he's already dead. And that is no rhyme pun at all for that. But yeah, I would probably go with Lori on this one because seems like she is the irrational one of the group. And I don't see how she hasn't told him. Now, I know if it happens, if she tells Rick that Shane did a little bit of this and that when you wasn't around, then okay. But if she doesn't, she's not a real one. She's not. I mean, really, I know it's a secret. I get it. And there's no point to where, oh, if we break up, I'll find somebody else and all that. No, I'm just saying. It's just, really, thought she was dead. I was with Shane and, you know, we did things. Like, I mean, if you be real and upfront, okay. Instead of just, I found out. Why didn't you tell me? But either way, though, folks, who was your favorite character in this first season? Who was your least favorite? Who is the one character you would add on your team? That one character. And who's that one you would kill off? I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, I do like Carol though. I know people gonna tell me that she becomes a real one throughout the series and all that, and I'm looking forward to it. I know this show is going to really progress and each character is going to develop into someone better or maybe worse. I don't know. But all I can say is stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next season review of The Walking Dead. Now, I want to make this point clear. Now, even though I'm doing like a lot of shows and all that and a lot of movies, if I'm not really talking, breaking it down a lot like that to certain shows and movies, then you're probably just going to see it on the reaction video. But other than that, this I had to get off my chest. I had to. Because Rick, Lori, Carl, Shane, Dale, Daryl, T-Dog, Merle, Andrea, those characters, yes. Out of these names, I would add to my group, like I said, Rick, Daryl, T-Dog, Glenn. You thought I forgot about him, huh? But no, Glenn, Dale. That's it. So let's see, Rick, Daryl, T-Dog, Glenn, Dale. Yeah. I'm trying to think anybody else. I would add Carol too. I would. I mean, she's that type of person to where you can just, you know, sit down and relax and chill with. You know, just talk. So I would add Carol too. I would. But for the 5 though, that's for like we're going out and we're just hunting, exploring. I could involve Shane, but nah, he's a backstabber. He is a backstabber though. He really is. But either way though, hope y'all enjoyed. my big review and facts and breakdowns and all that. If I miss anything, let me know, because we're just talking about it. But stay tuned for the next season and other shows and movies of me doing my full review, breakdown, theories, and what else. Hope you have a good day though, folks. Stay safe. And if you want to stay tuned to more of these podcast videos, let's say tap the buttons down below. You will continue to see another video. But other than that, I will catch y'all next time.